Hello and welcome back to SketchUp Assist. In this video, I'm going to show you how I designed these deck frames, so stick around. So I'm going to walk you through how I generally do this. I typically start off with a footprint, and so we're going to do a 16 foot by 12 foot deck in this video. I'm going to go ahead and make this thing a group, and I'm just going to slide it over a little closer to the origin here. Okay. The way I generally do this is I come in and I lay out my guidelines. Now, I'm going to build this to code for my local jurisdiction. If you're doing this for yourself to actually construct a deck off of these drawings, you'll want to make sure you check with your local building department to make sure you're doing things the right way. So I'm going to come in 2 feet from each side. I want to also grab a center point here. Should be right around there. We'll pull a line across there. And what I'm going to have is I'm going to have a drop beam across here with 3 footers and a drop beam across here with 3 footers. And so to get the placement of the center one, I'm going to pull 2.75 here. All I need is one line. I don't need both of them because I'll be tucking it into that corner, much like I will here. Okay. Now, the next piece, there are a number of ways you can go about doing this. I'm going to create the full footer and post and all that as a single entity. It just makes it a little easier. And what I typically start off with is the post. Now, I am going to separate these into individual groups within a component. So let's start with the post. So I got 6 by 6 is what I want to put here. So I'm going to go 5.5 by 5.5. Oops. Try that one more time. That's the actual dimension of a 6 by 6 post here in the US anyway. And I'm going to double click on that to select everything, and I'm going to make that a component. And I'm just going to call this my footer. It will eventually contain everything. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to come in here. I'm going to come in and make this a group. And then I'm going to click into that group, pull a line, and you'll see in a few minutes why we want to do that. So I'm going to click out to make sure I'm out of that. Then I'll go back into my component because now I'm going to put my concrete footer in place. And I'm going to come in here and find the midpoint. And I'm looking to put in an 18-inch footer, so I'm going to go 9 inches on the radius. Okay. And I am going to leave that like that for the moment. Okay, so now I have my concrete footer outline and I have my post outline. Now, what I want to do is come in here, grab my group, and I want to get rid of this line now. I don't need it anymore first off. So let's select the blue line there and get rid of that. And I'm going to go into move mode, hit the up arrow key. Oops. Don't want to have it selected. I just want to have it selected like that. Not edit mode, but selected, I should say. And I'm going to pull it up about an inch. Okay. Now, if we spin around here, you'll see that that post footprint is elevated a little bit. And actually, I want to come back in here. I want to give myself a little bit of dimension. So I'm going to come up 12 on that. Okay. Now, the reason we're doing that is that we want to come in here to the 3D warehouse. And I'm going to search for 6 by 6 post base. If I click on models, you will see some different options come up. And actually, this is the one I want. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab it. You can find others if you want. And by the way, they're actually footer assemblies, but where's the fun in that? So let's download this and let's load it into the model. And take it a second to come in. Now, notice I'm already in the edit mode for this group, so I'm adding this directly to my component. And I'm going to go ahead and lock that in there for a second and kind of spin around here and see what I got. Now you'll see that this is setting down. I kind of knew that this is about 1 inch, and so that's why I pulled that post up 1 inch. I'm going to go back into edit mode. I'm going to hit my right arrow key so I can ease this thing over a little bit. And that's pretty good. The height looks good. We're tight on the post. And the alignment looks like it might be a little bit off there. Yeah, it is a little bit off. Let's come in. We're in move mode. We're going to hit the left arrow key to move along the green axis. And we're going to pull that over a little bit. There we go. Okay. Good enough. Perfect. Okay. Oop. Spoke a little too soon there. Let's come back in the move mode. Let's hit the right arrow key and let's just clean that up a little bit. Okay, so now we have our basically our footer structure. We haven't extruded our footer yet, but we'll do that. We're going to copy these first. And so what we're going to do is come into move mode. I'm going to hit the right arrow key to lock in on the red axis. We're going to start moving this. Hit the Option key to make a copy on a Mac. And then we're going to do the next one. Once again, make a copy. Online, there we go. Now these three are a little easier because we can do them all at once. So we're going to hold the Shift key down, make copies of those, go into move mode, slide these over, hit the Option key at some point. And there we go, online. Okay, so now we have our footers in place. We've got our post stubs. We've got our standoff plate. And what we want to do now is come in here and go ahead and extrude our footers down. So I'm going to select this, go into push-pull mode, and I'm going to pull down 33 inches in this case. Now, in my local jurisdiction, code is 30 inches, so I need to be 30 inches below grade due to frost line. But the reason I pull them a little more is that I want to come in, and I'm going to tag these real quick. So give me 1 second. Let's create a tag. Let's call it footers. And I can grab these anywhere. So I'll select out of here. There we go. I can go ahead and get rid of my guides to start cleaning things up a little bit. So there, my footers are all together. Let's close this tag. Now I can come in, select these, select all with the same tag. And I'll go into move mode, hit the up arrow key, and I just want to pull these up about 3 inches. So I'm going to just start. I'm not going to try to hit that mark just right. You'll see the lower right-hand corner. I'll key in 3, and there we go. So now I have my tops of my footer setting 3 inches above grade. I have 30 inches of footer below grade, and I now have all of my footers in place. Now I'm going to just sort of randomly pull these up 36 inches. You would obviously, if you're designing something to a specific height, you'd want to take into account the fact that the footer is 3 inches up. Actually, I'm going to do 2 feet on that because I already had them up a foot. But I've got 3 inches here. I've got 1 inch in the standoff, and I've got the rest of the dimension of the post. For the sake of this, I'm not really that concerned about the very specific height. Okay, so now we're going to notch the top of the post out to retain the drop beam. I'm going to do a double 2x12, so I want to come over 3 inches on top of the beam, set my line. And a 2x12 in the US is 11.25, so we're going to go down 11.25 here. Okay. And notice the nice thing about components is I notched all of my posts at one time. So I'm good to go. Okay, now for my drop beam, it gets pretty easy because all I need to do is come in here and create a profile. I want to double click on this. I'm going to go ahead and make it a component. Now, I could draw a line down the center of this to show that it's two posts, and we probably will do that. We're going to call this drop beam. We'll do the dimension 2x12 drop beam. Okay. And let's go ahead and do it just so you can kind of tell in case there's questions in the drawing later about what the expected lumber is. And we'll just grab midpoint. Okay. So that should be 1.5 inches. There we go. Okay, so that's our 2x12 thickness. Okay. And now generally what I'm going to do is kind of spin around here to get my orientation. And I'm going to pull this over. Okay, now we want to make a copy of our beam. We're going to go into move mode, start dragging that beam over, hit the option key in a Mac, lock in on the green axis, and set that in place. And go ahead and extend things out. And because it is a component, you only have to do it once. And so we'll spin around here. Again, go into push-pull mode, double-click, double-click. Okay, perfect. So now we have our footer set. You know, if you wanted to, we're not going to draw actual bolts here, but if you wanted to come in and put in some 1/2-inch bolts, for example, you could do so. We're going to leave that detail out for now. Okay, so we have footers, we have our drop beam. So really the last thing we had to do is to set our joists. And we do it in a very similar way. The way I do this is I typically come in here and draw a profile. Now, if SketchUp isn't, you know, if the direction of that's not working, know that you can still use your arrow keys here. So I'm going to hit the left arrow key, and that's going to get my rectangle in the right position. And we want to do 2x8s here. It looks like my first dimension is the width, which is 1.5 by 7.5. 7.5 is the dimension of the 2x8. And we'll make this a component as well. And we'll do similar to what we did with the drop beam. We can go ahead and extrude this over to the edge. We're going to leave it there. It's going to be a little easier to move it and manipulate it. And then we're going to spin around here. And now we just need to create these 16 inches on center. And this is where some of the move features in SketchUp come in really handy. So what I'm going to do is go into move mode. I'm going to hover over that joist. I'm going to hit the right arrow key in this place to lock it on red. And I'm going to make a copy. And I'm going to key in the distance. I'd never try to move it to the distance. And then I don't know how many I need, but the nice thing is I can experiment. So I'm going to do times 10. Without hitting anything else on the keyboard, you can continue to try different numbers. So 13 looks like a bit much, so we'll go 12. So these are all 16-inch on center. Now, your last one might overshoot a little bit. That's fine. I usually let it overshoot the last one, and then I can come back and move it back in place. So The spacing on this last joist will be a little closer than the others, but that's fine. That's the way it goes sometimes. If you really wanted to, you could try to even that space out, but probably not worth it. So now we have our joist set. Let's come in here. Again, we know this is 2 feet out, so we're going to pull these 2 feet. 2 feet. And we'll come to the other side. Going to push-pull mode, double-click. It'll remember our 2 feet. Okay. Oh, we're almost there. Joists are set, so the only thing we have to do is put the rim joists or band joists on the front of this. And this is actually quite easy. We just come in here. I'm going to double-click. I'm just going to make this one a group. I'm not really planning to do any further changes to it. I'm going to make a copy of it, but I'm probably not going to modify it, so a group should be sufficient. I'm going to pull it out 1.5 inches for the thickness of the lumber. And I'm going to come around, grab it. Don't want to go into rotate. Lock it on green. Make a copy. And lock it in on the end. All right. So there you go. That is that's what it takes to create a basic deck. Obviously, more complexity would take a bit more time. But if you're just designing a sort of rectangular basic deck, the size of the deck, if it's rectangular, doesn't really change the complexity that much because of the way the copy features work in SketchUp. If you have to do additional beams or footers, those are easy to replicate if you take advantage of those features. So that's it for this video. If you enjoyed it, please click the like button. If you find the channel useful, it'd be great if you could subscribe. And as always, we'd be happy to hear from you, so please leave comments below. Thank you.